Welcome to Game Recognized Game. I'm Breanna Stewart, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. You may know him from his viral videos. He's a star outside hitter from Cal State Northridge volleyball team. Welcome Jordan Lucas to Game Recognized Game.
Hi, Stewie. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. How are you? How's everything?
I'm doing well. Yeah, life has been pretty good. Obviously the virality and kind of surrealness of it all has been a little overwhelming, but the outpour of support has been amazing. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Our WNBA season is about to start, so really just kind of gearing up for what's to come. But it's off season now, right? Your season is over now, right?
Yes, our season was over about a week and a half ago.
How did it go?
It went all right. We didn't have the best season. Probably a couple matches that we lost barely by 2 or 3 points in the fifth set that we would really want to go our way, but overall it was really good. I mean, like the team wise, we're a young team. I was like our oldest guy, so it's kind of like a younger, just a younger team.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's always next year, but let's not get into that yet because I have questions about that. One of the things we do here, Jordan, is we say this podcast is called Game Recognized Game, and Myles isn't here, my co-host, so I'm just like holding down the fort a little bit. But what does Game Recognized Game mean to you?
To me, it means that your opponent has respect for you and what you do for whatever sport it is, basketball, volleyball, football. But there's also that kind of tenacity that you both have, or that both parties have for each other, that, we respect you, but when we're on the court, we're not friends.
Period. I love that. And you had 149 kills this season. When was the specific moment that you realized, like, oh, I got this, like, I have game?
It was, I'm going to say, I feel like I've always had game. But if there's one specific moment, I would say it was probably our match against USC. Being from Southern California, I've always loved playing against USC, and I actually had never lost to them up until that match. And I did everything that I could for my volleyball. Yeah, I did everything that I could in my volleyball talent to beat them. But yeah, that was probably when I had 30 kills at USC. Was probably like the moment where I was like, okay, like I can really be doing my shit.
I love that. Okay, just a random side note question because I want to know, like, what's your vertical?
I can jump. I think max is probably 42, but right now I'm usually around the 39, 40-ish range. That's probably where like my average is at, 39 to 40.
So can you dunk?
I actually have not tried to dunk ever. I come from a really big basketball family, but I'm not really into the basket. I don't think the last time I shot a basketball was probably like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, but you could dunk a volleyball. Like, let's try it. Let's just see. You got a 42-inch vert. Yeah. You can definitely dunk, like, for sure.
That's something I'll get into. I think I can. I mean, before practice, like, the guys shoot hoops before, like at Northridge and stuff. Like, I've always like, okay, maybe, but I mean, I might have to take you up on that.
You talked about it a little bit. Your family, big basketball family. You didn't like to kind of, you didn't ever take that serious. But like, what made you find volleyball? Like, how did you know volleyball was your sport?
It kind of stems from my parents. Once I told them I wanted to be done with basketball, my dad and my mom were like, hey, well, you're not just going to do nothing. And so I was already kind of in volleyball a little bit. My dad is the high school basketball coach at our local high school, and the volleyball team would practice before them. So I would always be in the gym. The coach was like, hey, do you want to, just hit the ball around, maybe jump in at practice? And that's kind of where I fell in love with it, which then has transpired to kind of me right now. Like, so probably around age 11 or 12 is kind of when I first started really getting into it. And then 14 is kind of when I started really picking up and be like, oh, wow, I can actually play this sport at a high level.
That's awesome. I mean, side note for a second, I played volleyball in high school for a little bit, and I wish I would have stuck with it because I think I could have been like, all right. But like my forearms were always hurting from the like this part of it. You know what I mean?
The passing. Yeah, the passing.
Yeah. I'm like, I couldn't figure that out, but like I really wish I would have stuck with it once I like figured out how to use my whole body and my frame a little bit. So maybe like later in life we can be beach volleyball partners.
Yeah, you could be a blocker and I'll be a defender. I mean, or we'll do both. I mean, yeah, I'm
I'm
down for
just
it.
serve it to you and you just go for that. All right.
Yep.
Okay, I want to get into a little bit of your like viral videos, which I love, by the way. Um, so you're obviously at Northridge now. I know you were at GCU before this. Did you always play with extra flair in your celebrations? Like, was it always at that level that it is now, or like, did you get more comfortable with it?
I would say that I have always been the same player since I've been 13 or 14. I feel like a lot of people in the volleyball community can attest to that I've always drawn people in, not just because of my play, but just because of the theatrics and the quote unquote antics that it's just self-expression for me. It's self-expression. And,
Mm-hmm.
we see it in male dominant sports, beating chest, screaming through the net,
Period.
stuff like that,
Yeah.
where I just do it in a more, I would say, fun way and where people actually can enjoy it and it isn't so, overbearing in ways. So yeah, I would say that my celebrations that people either love it or hate it, but I mean I love doing it.
I love it too. So you just keep going because I think it's incredible. But have your teammates and coaches like have they always been supportive of it, or has there been moments where they're like, "All right, what are you doing?"
Never at Cal State Northridge did I ever have to really deal with that.
Love
The
that.
coaches very very supportive and they love all of kind of what I bring to the table. Teammates too. Um it was at my prior school at GCU where, I received some flack, mostly my freshman year, getting used to it. I was 18, 19 years old, stepping into Division 1 athletics, and they were like, what are you doing? But then as the year progressed and probably halfway through, they kind of really respected me just for the craft of volleyball that I play or just kind of like the talent that I had. And they're like, oh, that's actually kind of funny. Jordan, you hit a great ball and then you twirl. And I'm like, yeah. Like,
You obviously became very viral as of late, like within these past few months. And were you expecting that? Like, what was the craziest thing that came about from just like blowing up?
no, I tell almost everyone who asks me that I was just playing volleyball. Like that's just always been my style of volleyball. That's always just who I've been, and the virality of it all. I think is really cool, but just something I wasn't looking for or seeking out. But if I can quote unquote right now be the face of men's volleyball, I'm happy to be it because we have such a niche sport and such a small sport within America that luckily that we're getting some recognition and also some more new eyes to the sport, which can only help further the sport of men's volleyball.
Yeah, I think, and also you're just becoming like a real role model to kind of athletes of all sports to just show that there's many different ways to kind of um, be yourself, but also celebrate the way that you do things and enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And I think that's something that right now the world needs is a little bit more representation and a little bit more like just lightheartedness within sports and athletics as a whole. I feel like a lot of people take it super serious, and obviously there is that serious side, but you have to kind of distinct you're the athlete but then also the person that there is,
Hmm.
and I try and mix them in between.
No, I love it. I wherever once I'm gonna ask you a question about like what's your plan for next year because I know you have one more year of eligibility left. So whenever we figure that out, I would like to come to a game, but you have to come to one of my games as well. Like we'll just swap. What you think?
Oh, we'll do a trade-off. Totally,
Yeah, let's do it.
totally, I'm down. I think I've went to one WNBA game, the Sparks. I went to one of the Sparks games I think 2 years ago.
Well, I want you to come to New York. Come to a game at Barclays
Yeah, for the
because
Liberty. I know you play for the Liberty.
the games here are incredible, and I know I'm biased, but like I want you to come and give me your honest opinion. You got to meet Ellie. You got to do the whole thing. We got the timeless torches, which are like these dancers that are like over the age of 65, and they're just like crushing it to these songs like in between the timeout. So we have a good vibe here, and you definitely got to come.
Okay, totally, totally. I would be super down for that to watch you ball out, but then also watch the team and the environment. That sounds so fun.
Time for a quick break. Next up, we get into more of Jordan's impact in the LGBTQ plus community. Please rate, review, and subscribe to Game Recognized Game with Stewie and Myles wherever you get your podcasts. Welcome back to Game Recognized Game, and I'm Breanna Stewart. Today, I am joined by Jordan Lucas. As an LGBTQ athlete like myself, what has the reaction been from inside your community from all the positive and maybe also negative outpour of your viral moments?
It's been phenomenal. I mean, I feel like people within the LGBT community, like everyone's been through hardships and deal with, negativity and stuff, but I feel like that's what makes our community so great is that we have so much love and unionization with each other. And they've I mean, a lot of my friends are part of the LGBTQ community, and I have, I go out to West Hollywood a lot. So, the love has just been immense and something that has been super cool just to see people that from all walks of life, older LGBTQ people, younger LGBTQ people, middle-aged people that just like are so supportive and trying to really like, hey, you're really changing how people view us within sports. So I think that's super cool. I love it.
I mean, you like I said, you're literally like kind of paving the way and really being an inspiration. I think not only for like kids who are in college now trying to express themselves, because I know for me it took me a second to be comfortable in my own skin and understand who I liked and what I liked and what I wanted to be, but also for those that are older, just realizing that like they don't have to kind of shy away from having a little bit of an extra flair to them if that's what makes them happy.
Totally, totally.
What do you hope for with other LGBTQ plus athletes now that you have this platform? Like not only for you, but like what would be the next step for all athletes of the community going forward?
I hope they feel inspired in a way, but then also that kind of like that freedom now to express themselves within volleyball or within sports or with just in life in general, that it gives a glimmer of hope that you can be who you want to be and you're still be accepted and be able to flourish within athletics.
Has there been moments where someone at a game, has reached out to you or like a sign that has really impacted you? Obviously, I'm sure you get tons of stuff from social media. But what's like one message or one story that really kind of hit close to home and was like, made you realize like, this is why I do it?
It was probably when we played at the University of Hawaii about 3 weeks ago. And this is right after the entire incident happened at UC Irvine and everything. And I have some family ties to Hawaii, and their fans who are known for being pretty brutal, or just not brutal, but they really support their own team, not really the other team. And a lot of their fans were very supportive and came up to me after the match and were just telling me, how much appreciation they have for me, and, just that they hope that I'm doing okay and they love me. And that one of the signs actually was a phrase that I use sometimes on social media. It's called Trust the Duchess. And one of the signs was that by a fan, and they ended up gifting that to me. And so that was really cool to see, because it's a niche remark that I make sometimes, and just that someone was able to catch on to that and end up making a sign for me was super cool and super surreal to see.
That support just really probably goes a long way. And maybe you don't need reassurance on who you are, but still like just the fact that you have people that you don't know in your corner um, has gotta like keep you going, keep you just knowing you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it definitely fuels the fire, but then also kind of heals you a little bit, kind of dealing with, as people that are part of the LGBTQ community deal with, flack and hate and negativity from all aspects of like kind of
Hmm.
we're criticized for what we do. And when you see that love, and it's just it warms your heart and kind of heals you a little bit, which is really cool to see.
Was there ever a moment where like mentally you were like, you know what, I'm tired of everybody else, like for all the shit that I'm getting, or for constantly like being on me for how I want to express myself? Like, were you ever like drained a little bit mentally?
Yeah, I would say it was a lot of my freshman year was a lot of just mentally being drained and physically as well. I was the only I was the only freshman on our team that was starting and the only newcomer in our lineup. And so just people that were like, Jordan, well, like you have to act a certain way. You have to do this. And it's like, well, I'm just playing volleyball. Like that I'm just being me right now. Like, can I just be me? Can I just do what I want to do, what I think is fun? And so that was probably the only time in my career of volleyball that I felt like, okay, I need a break from this. I need a break from all this. So yeah, that was probably the only time.
And when you need a break, like what's your getaway? Like mine, I have kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So like that's how I kind of like get away from basketball for a second because I'm like upstairs playing Hot Wheels or, Barbie or whatever. But what's yours?
For mine, it's calling friends. Uh, a lot of my best friends don't live in Southern California, so it's just a lot of them live like in New York or like in the Midwest, and I and so I called them just to kind of rant and like just to get out of the volleyball space because as you know in collegiate athletics you spend almost every hour of the day. You go to class, you go to rehab, you go to practice, you do all that, and it's just like you need a break from that vicious cycle of okay, well I see the same six people every single day. And so yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of my getaway of just calling friends that I haven't talked to in a long time and just like venting to them and yeah, catching up.
Well, Jordan, as someone who's still in college, like you're doing an incredible job for all the weight that you have on your shoulders and really carrying yourself incredibly well. So it's really cool for me to do this podcast with you because not only am I a fan, but like after talking to you and really just seeing how you carry yourself, it's I keep using the word inspiring and I'm trying to think of another word beside that, but definitely an inspiration. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Stewie. You're a great person, and I'm so glad we got to chat and kind of just talk as like two athletes that are obviously a part of the LGBTQ community, but are kind of doing big things for their sport and for sports in general.
But I'm not done. I know that sounded like an end, but I'm
Oh,
not done. I just wanted to give you a thank you. Um, I'm
okay,
gonna do
okay, thank you.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll just keep it
do
rolling.
one more break and then we'll like go through. I have some more interesting questions that I wanted to ask you.
Okay, sounds great.
Time for one more break. Next up, we look ahead to see what's next for Jordan, and he gives me some help on some of my celebrations. Welcome back to Game Recognized Game. I'm Breanna Stewart and joined by Jordan Lucas. And this is the question that I've been like dying to ask you. I know you guys didn't have the most successful season that you wanted, but what was it like for you to individually be blowing up while your team was like not exactly where you wanted to be? Like, was it hard balance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, totally. I feel like that was one of the most difficult things to kind of see and be a part of as someone on the team, but also, having all this media attention and, news anchors coming in and just all this kind of attention with just in the sport right now. And I, it was hard to deal with because I wanted to make sure that our team was always included in everything that I did. And so when like people would be like, "Hey, we want to come in and interview you," I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, I'm gonna have my teammates there, so
Yeah.
they can feel the love and feel the support." And that was just my big thing trying to deal with like, well, we just lost this match, but then how do I come into practice tomorrow and be like, "Hey guys, so we're gonna have ABC News here. Hey guys, we're gonna have Fox 11 News or Fox 10 News here. Like, sorry, like it was a hard thing to juggle, but my teammates were great, and I can't say anything bad about them. They were troopers. Like, Jordan, we're here for you. We get that you're doing big things right now for men's volleyball, and if you need our help, just let us know. So they were super supportive of it. But for personally, it was really hard to kind of juggle both factors of I'm doing so well, from the social media standpoint, but our team isn't performing that we would like to.
I feel like that's definitely got to be tough, but good on your teammates for continuing to uplift you, um, because they know how big of a moment this is for you, but also the weight that you're carrying within the sport. So with that being said, like next season, are you planning to go back to Northridge or what's your plans? Are you going to transfer?
I right now am still at Cal State Northridge.
Cool.
The NCAA men's volleyball portal did open today. So there are a lot of things that I've been thinking about. There's a lot of stuff that I have to talk to with my management and kind of feel what's right for me and kind of where I want to do. I would like, if I was to enter the portal, to stay in Southern California, just because born and raised here. I've already went outside of the state. To me, nothing really compares to Southern California. So I would love to stay in Southern California, but I'm open to a lot of other possibilities. And yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to, be in the present right now with everything that's going on. But in regards to the question you asked, you will see me for one more year, but
Let's do it.
where, we'll see kind of how that, yeah, we'll see kind of how that shapes up to be.
I'll be waiting for the announcement so that I know where I'm gonna go for the volleyball game. Just a random question that I have, because I know a little bit about the NIL landscape within the basketball world, and you hear about it in volleyball and stuff like that. How is it? I'm sorry, you hear about it in football, but how is it in volleyball?
In women's volleyball, it's very big now because women's volleyball's taken over kind of volleyball as a whole. For men's volleyball, it's I would say almost not really a thing, and that's kind of what we're trying to navigate right now. Is like no one's really garnered this much attention before for men's volleyball in the sport. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see how some of these schools, if I do choose to go into the portal, how they kind of want to dish out the NIL and everything. And yeah, I would say it's just kind of for men's volleyball like non-existent in a way.
I hope that you change that and bring a new standard for what the NIL world is in men's volleyball. That'll be cool. Go get your bag. I know you're getting some money, so go get your bag in the NIL world as well.
I mean, that's hopefully I'm
Come
trying to collect all
on.
these coins that I can. I'm trying to only take blue bills. That's all I want.
Like the way that you celebrate is really outgoing, and like I don't always celebrate that way. I'm just like more chill. I don't know. I just like when I'm shooting the shot, I know I'm confident it's going to go in and I'm happy to win. So Peter is supposed to show this clip of me winning, hitting a game winner.
Breanna Stewart, fadeaway J for the win. Yeah. Okay, Stewie.
Okay, okay.
The game winner was great, right? But like, what should I add? What should my extra flair be?
I mean, I think off of something like that, I get basketball and kind of, the paramount of that game winner. I mean, I would off of something like that. I mean, I would either blow a kiss to the to the girl who was trying to,
Okay. Okay.
block your shot or whatever. But then I could also see you like a shot like that, just pumping the runway back to like your bench or to your side because it's graps, something like
Okay.
that, or even like a like you could brush like a little brush your hair, like one
I can do that. I can
toss,
do that.
and then a little kiss.
Okay.
Or Stewie, I just think about this one. You hit the little jumper, and then you just collect your coins. You're on the floor and you're just collecting money, collecting money,
Okay.
collecting
Okay. So
money.
I
Something
should
like
bend
that.
down and grab it, like,
Yeah, and
right?
just like something like that, and then just put it in your bag. Put it in your bag. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I love that. I'm gonna take a few of those. I don't know if I can use them all at once, but I can do the hair flip. I can do the blow the kiss. And then yeah, I'm gonna collect my coins. Because why not?
Yeah.
Stay tuned because the celebrations are coming. I don't always do them, but they're gonna come.
Yeah, I can't wait to be tuned in and watch you do a little hair toss or a little kiss or a little more antics to the basketball game. I'd love to see that.
I'm not even gonna tell my wife Marta I'm gonna do it. I'm just wait for her to be surprised, and she's gonna be like, what happened to you?" I'll be like, "Well, my new friend Jordan gave me some inside, uh, some tips on how I should be celebrating and celebrating myself."
Yeah, little tips and tricks. I mean, girl, if you got the talent, which obviously you do, you might as well flaunt it a little bit. You might as well give the fans a little crumbs, a little
Okay,
hey.
okay, I got that. Okay, all right. This is my last question for the pod.
Okay.
What's next for Jordan Lucas on the court and also off the court?
On the court, what's next for me is another season for sure. To be determined where at though. But then I feel like people can this next season really hope to see and get more of a glimpse into kind of who I am. I feel like now people are still starting to realize kind of the style that I play with and, the personality that I have on the court. And so that's what I'm looking forward to, with people just being more engaged in it. And like, maybe I have a couple new celebrations that I'm thinking of. I'm watching some drag race to kind of get inspired a little bit more. And then for off the court, I hope I hope people can see me. What I'm doing next is just staying true to who I am. I think that's one thing that I've done very well, and I'm very proud of myself over my entire teenage years and now in my early adult years, is that I've been the same person, in my opinion, for the last probably 10 years. So I think people can just expect to kind of, see more antics and more of just who I am off the court, which is a little bit more reserved. I always say this. I'm always a little bit more reserved off the court and a little more to myself.
Okay, I'm a hair flip. All right, you heard it here first. Thanks for checking us out. Please leave a review on our podcast page and comment on our YouTube channels. See you next time, and thank you, Jordan.
Thank you so much.